The way that unfolded in the first half with the long snapping thing, I was just like, we were losing our minds in the stands because we're like, wow, I can't believe this is really going to happen after Cole talked about it on the 85, like basically about how terrified he was of that happening. We had a clip that we put out on social media. This happened back in August when we were discussing this on the 85, one of the first few episodes. He's like, yeah, Patrick Scales is not allowed to get hurt.
With Torrey Taylor, right?
Yeah.
Because Torrey
and they talked about it on that too.
Right.
But obviously Scales has been hurt. They're already on to a new long snapper, and Scott Daly, who unfortunately suffered a knee injury.
And he was in a brace after the game.
Yeah, he was immediately ruled out.
In the locker room, he was in a brace.
And I'll give positive notes about just seeing guys walk around. Kyler Gordon walked pretty normally to the bus. From what I could tell.
So he wasn't. Yep.
Yeah, we'll get to Kyler, but that's good to hear. So, and as soon as that happened, I couldn't even tell who was down from how far away we were. And then I figured it out because Cole was all of a sudden snapping on the sideline. And I was like, uh-oh, that's and then sure enough, they ruled him out almost immediately. So you're going, all right, the rest of this game, he's going to have to long snap. This will be very interesting. And then on top of that, who scores the first touchdown where he has to snap? It's Cole. And I honestly was like, Flus needs to call timeout right now because he scores a touchdown. And not only was it a long touchdown, he trucks two guys on the way to the end zone. Then he celebrates. He's got to be out of breath. And I'm just thinking, bang a timeout here. Give the guy a moment. But instead, they just let him go. And this...
Look, he's not soft like you, Hoge. Right up there, snap the ball, perfect snap. I know you're tough too. I understand, but
that's nothing to do
with
with me. We've had multiple times at Carman where this has happened, where our holder scores a touchdown and then he drops a snap because he's too tired.
That's good info right there.
Yeah,
that's good info.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, but
did you just raise your hand, Kevin Cada? This is not a class. You don't have a mic.
What's the question? Is there?
And I saw that on Twitter. So the question was from the audience: should they have just gone for two from that point? And I honestly, it's how much do you trust your long snapper? And obviously, Cole did a pretty good job. Now, if you're gonna go by like NFL long snapping standards,
he was high.
One of them was good. If you're going to go by emergency long snapper, can they just get the kicks off? They were all good until the last one, which got blocked. It got tipped, and that one was higher than the rest of them. Well, but he was getting the job done. And fortunately, I don't know if you guys noticed this, they didn't have to punt the rest of the way. That snap is 15 yards compared to 8.
Right.
Now, I also wondered, though, if that factored into them going for it on fourth down a couple times late in the game. I think they went for it twice on one of those last couple drives, and I was thinking in that moment, I'm like, that might have to do with the snapping situation. If if it's like 50-50 or you're debating it, let's just go for it so you don't have to have because really at that point in the game, the only thing that was going to turn it the wrong way was something like a catastrophic bad snap that turned into a touchdown going the other way.
Yep. And Patrick Manley, legendary Chicago Bear, most games played ever as a Chicago Bear. Obviously a great snapper in his day, Hall of Fame worthy snapper, I might add. He gave his breakdown on Twitter for both snaps, said, who cares about the touchdown with Cole Kmet? Great snap from Cole Kmet on the first one. But then on the last one, on the missed field goal, little high on the snap, Cole Kmet. We need to work on that. Yeah. So maybe Patrick and Cole get in the lab here in the bye week.
I mean, think about it. He gets 2 to 3 long snaps a week.
Not a lot of reps for a very important position there.
But did you hear that was amazing what he said about it? Like, why don't his dad's telling you, hey, you want to be able to give the team as much as you can give them. You might be in a situation where you might not make a team, but if you'll be between you and another guy, you could long snap, so you'll be out there, and he learned the skill. I mean, that's a great mindset right there. Also, a great mindset is I'm going to play football as much as I can play football. I mean, the dude's been in the league now 5 years, or this is 5th year, 6 games in, has not missed a game, 73 straight. Just keeps going. He's been battling through a knee. Last year at the end of the season, he could barely move. Got on the field. Dude is such a credit for the organization to have. He's underpaid now too, for the record.
You do another
get that long snapper money.
It's an
his
addition.
production is just been he signed a team friendly deal. Not that he's nobody needs to feel bad for Cole. He's making a ton of money. He's living a great life. But if you marked out where he is, what he's doing on the field to what he should be getting paid in the NFL, he's underpaid. And just going back to what he actually does for a living, the catch over the middle. And I know that Nick over here is scouting old school Shane Waldron plays that look awful familiar to that touchdown pass today. But not satisfied, I'm going to truck you and take you to the goal line, which I guess you're not allowed to extend the ball. Is that a fine thing for the Bears? What he was saying, like you might get fined for that. I was a little confused.
Technically, unless it's like a 4th and goal situation, they don't want you to hold the ball over the goal line because it exposes it to a fumble.
Well, technically, that's stupid.
Brad,
okay, well, see the next time they fumble the ball at the 1 yard line if you think it's stupid.
Braggs will pay the fine.
Cole Kmet makes no mistakes.
No, and guys, really quickly on that touchdown that he had, the first one off the good play design. I think you said it earlier, Greg. Shane Waldron was in his bag. He went back to his bag in 2023 when the 49ers played the Seahawks. Drew Lock, of all quarterbacks, hit his tight end, Colby Parkinson, in the middle of the field on the exact same play. Exact same play, going back to that double screen, wide open tight end in the middle of the field. Brought that out here in London. Worked to perfection.
We all silly like the mayor.